Hello, this is Steve K2GOG, and what you're seeing in front of yourself is the Kerberos 4-receiver coherent device. This is no longer in production, but there is a new version that improves upon this greatly, which has 5 receivers and a whole bunch of other really neat ways to make the best of it. And so I was invited recently onto the North Star Digital Net, which meets every Tuesday at 8 p.m. local New York time, on the STEM talk group on Brandmeister, which is a DMR talk group, and that is 31630. And so Jim, WA2UMP, who had invited me to share a little bit more about the next generation product called the Kraken, what I thought would be nice, because a few people said, hey, it would be great if you could record this. So I said, that sounds like a great idea. So, because I was planning to use my Alinco MD5, a cool feature that this has is you can record your transmitted as well as received signals, and you can play them back right on the radio, which is kind of cool. But I've never actually had the opportunity or reason to take those recording files off of the radio and do something constructive with them. So I learned this when I connected the white cable to the computer and went ahead and opened up the CPS. So if you have the Alinco or the Anytone radio, it's basically the same thing. You can go up here to the top, go to record, and it'll bring up this interface, and you just direct it to the COM port, hit get file list, and you'll see everything populate. So this is the Alinco CPS. What I have over here is the same functionality, same record interface, but Anytone at one point offered this as a separate application. So same thing, you just go up to the upper right, you specify your COM port, and then you hit get files, and then you'll see everything time-stamped by talk group, and basically that's how it works. Now the annoying thing is there's no way that you can actually get these files off of the radio. If you see down here on the bottom, there's an export all function. Those are grayed out. I think there's some legal reasons why the manufacturer does not want people to take the recording off of the radio itself, but there is a workaround for that. And so what I did, and one of the major reasons why I like the Alinco over the Anytone, is the headphone and speaker jacks on here. In the Alinco's case, why is it not focusing? Well, on the Alinco's case, you have a regular 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and the microphone is the smaller one. Whereas if we look at some other radios, they have the ports opposite. So in this case, here's a radio that has same jacks, but the audio comes out of the smaller one, and PTT and mic is the bigger one. And so that makes it a little harder to do what I did. So another benefit with the Alinco. So, whoops. So anyway, we have a wire, a 3.5 millimeter stereo plug connected into the speaker jack. The other end of that is connected into a small USB sound card, because the laptop that I has a different audio connector, so this was easier. You can buy one of these little USB sound cards for a few dollars. So plug the other end into that, and so now I have the ability to do a few things. So when you are in the CPS, when I hit these buttons and you see the that little progress bar, that would normally play the audio from the recording out of the speaker in the radio itself, which is not what we want. So plugging that headphone cable in allows us to route the audio output of the radio into the sound card. And the way that I'm playing the audio, so if I double click it with my mouse, that's using that white USB cable, which is how you program the Alinco. So you have that plugged into the radio, the other side into the computer. And so when I go ahead and click it here, that's basically what's happening. I'm clicking this, and instead of it playing through the computer speaker, it routes the sound output of the radio into the microphone input on that sound card. And now I could record that radio audio through an application called Audacity. There we go. So we can see I'm manually clicking through here. And so there's a function within Audacity. It's kind of a little obscure, and that'll allow you to enable voice activated recording, or Vox, as some of us might know it as. And that'll just allow me to make this happen a little quicker. It'll cut out some of the white space. So let me go ahead and show you how to turn that function on. We'll just wait for this to finish recording here, because you can't get into that menu while we are in record. So this one is just about done. Another couple seconds. Okay. All right. So see, it automatically stopped. So if you go into Audacity, if you go into Preferences, there we go, and you click on Recording, and then here's the function that we want: sound activated recording. You enable it. You can set your audio level, and that's it. And so I'll give you the demo there. So we can see we're up to about under 13 minutes of content. Go ahead, double click that. Here it is outputting the audio, and I'm going to need to redo it because I didn't turn the record back on. So let's do that. So here we go. We have that, and now it is going. And so if we wait it again, not that I'm going to push you through another 5 minutes, but there's the audio signal, and that's being, again, summarized. It's coming out of the headphone jack plugged into the side of the radio. It's going into this little USB sound card. The sound card itself is then sending it to the mic. If we see up here, microphone USB audio device in Audacity, and that is controlled by voice activated record. So if you would like to get your own files off of your Anytone or Alinco radio, here's how to do it.